Hey everybody, this is John Garfano and James Corbett with AWSMining. We're team leaders, and we're going to do a little interview here, talk about some upcoming things with the company. How you doing, James?
I'm good. We had a really good trip, and I promised everybody and John, and we talked to a lot of people, and the gossip was from what we talked about was we wanted to take one thing away from this weekend. We wanted to find out and do a little, I don't know, type of like a newspaper type of thing, like a reporter, where we sat down with the owner and we asked them some questions on why is AWS profitable? Why are they going to be profitable? Why are we going to be talking about AWS 5 years from now, in opposed to so many companies that come and go? And me and John got some great answers. And as promised, we were going to make this video, and we're going to PowerPoint it a little bit, and we're going to see where the conversation goes. But guys, as promised, we're going to try to open up your eyes to a couple of things about AWS mining that a lot of the members don't know. A lot of you guys may know some of this, but I don't know if everybody knows all of what we're about to divulge about the company. So we got the okay. I got the okay on stuff. I talked to the owner himself, Daniel Paducci. I had about an hour meeting in Cynthia's office Saturday afternoon, evening, and I'm happy to share some of this with you guys. So thank you, John, for having me on.
Oh, awesome, man. Awesome. This is a lot of fun. Yeah, we both got to go to the annual recognition, the first annual recognition dinner for AWS miners. We got recognized for our achievements. James, director, I just hit manager that same day on, was it December 6th?
Yeah.
6th or 7th. And yeah, we got to sit down with the presidents. We got to sit down with Cynthia and Eddie, Deborah Brazil, and we got to meet Daniel Badeschi. What an amazing individual, a true entrepreneur, and such a kind and humble businessman, right?
Yeah, it really is. Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. I mean, I heard this about him. I had only talked to him on the phone before. I'd never met him. And he walked into the room during the event, and he saw me, and he walked over and he says, "Oh, Jim Corbett, I'm a big fan of yours." I mean,
yeah,
you know what that did to me? You know, it's like, you kidding me? I was a big fan. I'm a big fan of his. So
we're all a big fan of you, James.
Yes, big fan. So, well, I'm a big fan of his. So John, we talked about this, and John's going to try to, I'm going to bring up a couple of things, and maybe John could add to each thing, but just a couple of PowerPoints. Why is AWS going to be around for years and years to come? Why would you want to not miss this opportunity? And we really do have some really cool stuff. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up a couple things. Mining contracts, guys. And I know some of this stuff you may know, you may not know, but as a mining company, AWS buys their mining machines, and these machines run continuously 24/7. So can you imagine the lifespan on these things may not be that long. I think they're talking 2, 3, 4 years on some of them if they're lucky. Some of them might crap out in 6 months.
6 months, right?
Right. This is what we're hearing. So, but the contracts are guaranteed that 200%. You see it in your back office. You go to contracts, it will show you the percentage of the contract that it's being paid. If you go to contracts in your homepage. And what you don't realize is the contract says it's going to pay you $1, $2 for every dollar you put in. But what you don't realize is after that contract's up, those machines are still running. They're still paying out. Who do you think they're paying out at that point?
Exactly.
AWS. So AWS, as generous as they are making profit when these contracts run out, and they're starting to see that happen now. I'm an original member. I've already had a couple contracts fulfilled. I have a lot of contracts that are halfway filled. I have some I just started. John, you have, what would you say? Your first contract was September, right?
Yeah, so I have not expired yet, but I'm getting pretty close.
Right. And what you're going to see is you'll see that contract says expires. And when you see it expires, you'll still see the mining working in the back room. It's still paying out the company. So remember that, guys. They still have mining going on the machine that was running for you, okay? It may go to purchase other contracts for another member, but it's still running. So remember, these machines are always running, and the company is getting 100% of the mining profit on machines that aren't under contract. So remember that. That's a big one. Okay. Number 2, percentage of power that the company buys with your mining power that you're buying. So, John, how would you say it goes with if somebody bought 10 CMPs?
Yeah, so if somebody bought 10 CMP, which would be a $4,000 amount of Bitcoin that you would purchase it with, right? Out of that 10 CMP, there's a percent?
Yes, 40. Yeah, 40%.
40%.
Right. So you would see a contract where, let's say, if you get 10 CMPs coming to you with the $4,000 you spent, the company is able to buy 4 CMPs for themselves.
Right. 10%. Right.
Right. So for every 10%, the company you buy CMP
or
power.
40, you're right. 40%.
Right. You'll be able to. The company will get 40% for themselves. So just think about that. Every $100, let's say, bought into the company, $40 of mining power goes to the company, where they're getting 100% of the profits.
Exactly. Right. And so that's what I consider profit sharing, because they share a share of the profits, right? So think of AWS as a profit share. When you purchase a mining contract, it's a profit share. They're mining, and they're giving you a profit, right? They're sharing a profit with you, right? Profit sharing. So you're leasing that equipment, you're buying your contract, but they're also mining on their own, and they're making a profit, right? This is a business. We don't know it's a business. They make a profit, and they share it a little bit of the profit with us, right?
Right. And they're very generous. I mean,
very generous.
Anybody that's in this company sees that these bonuses are very generous. Passively, they're generous, but the bonuses that you can do as an affiliate are incredibly generous, and they're still able to pay their bills. Get this, guys. Every day they pay their bills 100% before they pay their members, and they pay their members every day. You're talking about a company that is debt-free. In a world of debt, AWS is debt-free. Now, get this. This is a big one. You ready for this, guys? I found this out. John, I don't even know if I told you this. These machines, eventually, they start dying out, and they become old. And they may be old, what we consider old, in a year or two, when they're not as efficient as they were when they were new, and you have newer machines coming in. They're able to take these old machines, and sort of like a core charge, they could return them to the manufacturer, like Bitman or something that they use in Safari, and they could get brand new machines, almost even exchange. These old machines will actually buy new machines for that mine altcoins.
Yeah.
So
because the manufacturer will refurbish them and update with all the new guts and parts, I think.
Right. So guys, there's not a lot of waste here. All right.
That's awesome.
So that was a big one they stay profitable for. Very big to keep on. They mine other coins that we don't even know about, guys. I mean,
absolutely.
I mean, so what's in the contracts that you're seeing? We just recently saw Decred. We found out Decred and Zcash is actually the best,
most profitable coins right now. Decred and Zcash that the company's mining. Daniel came from Daniel himself, right?
Yes. So we look at that stuff, but we also found out that they have other coins that they mine, and they may or may not bring them into contracts for us to buy. But the company is actually mining again to stay profitable, to be making a profit, to reinvest, build farms. You're talking about farm. They have a farm coming in Russia that is going to morph all the other farms put together. And I'll get into a little bit about the Russian farms and what we found out about that. I thought it was fascinating to find out that these farms, the Russian farm, where it's located, and another reason why they stay profitable, they're talking about 3 cents a kilowatt, guys.
Yeah,
it's the cheapest electricity that you can find in a very cold climate up in Russia.
Yeah, and that's why it's more profitable where the AWS is mining versus coming to the States. Now, in the States, I heard it's about 10 to 13 cents on average per kilowatt hour. Mm-hmm. So that's why mining's not very profitable in most parts of the States.
Right.
And we go to the most profitable areas. The other thing I could add to that I thought was interesting about the contracts, right? And this goes maybe more into the affiliate end. You have to become a member to buy a contract, right? So Daniel had said, which I thought was very interesting, he's had approaches of heavy, wealthy investors want him to pay millions to him, right? One lump sum, millions, right? To buy his machines and have them mined for them. And he said no. He said no because he wants to keep this as a membership, right? This is he wants to take care of the affiliates. He's in our best interest. He's not going to pay. He's not going to be sold out, right? Bought out, right? And I thought that was interesting because that made us feel as affiliates that we were special, right? Mm. Daniel's not going to. The owner's not going to sell out.
He's very loyal.
Right, he's going to take care of his affiliates.
He's extremely loyal. Yes,
integrity, and that shows the integrity of that gentleman. Yeah, he ran some figures that were really interesting through the presentation, the leadership presentation. But that was one of the things.
And John, you had said that he's looking to release that leadership presentation. Is it you?
He wants to release a leadership presentation. They're going to do that very soon, and we're going to do that for you. We're going to do that on our Zoom meetings. We're going to do. We'll get that together, and we'll actually do a leadership training. And that would be just for people members, right? That won't be a presentation, right? Right.
It has to be. It's a members only. It's a members only. Right. Yeah.
This would be a presentation for members only, not for people who are interested in coming in. That's for the presentations, the company presentation. Right. But hey, another thing I thought was really interesting is you guys have no idea how big this company is. Let me put it in perspective, right? Daniel Badeshi told us that AWS pays $500,000 a month in power bill, right? $500,000 every single month to pay for the power, just for the power to power these machines. Mm-hmm. That's how big this company is. Isn't that amazing, Jim? I mean, isn't that just blew me away? It puts it in perspective.
It does, and they're going to double in size next year. So
they're going to double in size. Right?
And they're eco-friendly company. They're talking about actually doing things now in the communities where they're building these farms to make a positive impact environmentally and in the community.
Daniel said that. Yeah, he definitely said.
Schools they're actually even talking about building a university in Russia too.
I think he has. He says he's an environmentalist, so I think he has environmentalist degrees.
Yeah, we found out that he went to school. He went to high school in the United States.
In the United States, so he's very versed in English. It's you can see he's Brazilian. He's got an accent, but he's a very smart man. And let me tell you. I've looked at this compensation plan, because I do the affiliate end. I do the presentation. Everybody knows that if you see me. And let me tell you, this is a very sustainable compensation plan. Mm-hmm. They have checks and balances in it. It's very generous and sustainability for longevity, right? That means we don't have to worry. This company's making a lot of money, and they're passing a lot of that, a large percentage to us.
Yeah,
it's not all going to the company. Matter of fact, I think they're paying us more percentage-wise of the profits than the company's taking in. I think they're really taking in. They're making a lot of money, but they're really paying us well.
Yep.
And they're paying their bills, like you said. They're a debt-free company.
Yep.
I can't say enough about this.
Yeah. Maybe you can hit on this too, John, because I mean, a little bit more about some of this stuff than I do. When he went into graphic cards and stuff and rigs and stuff, the newer machines that are going to be so much more faster and use a lot less electricity in the next year or two to come. I think they was talking about going to Safari. What was it? It was like we do Bitman when we purchase these machines.
Yeah, Bitmain is, and then here's how it works. So Bitmain supplies the Ant miners. The Antminer S9 is the top of the line for Bitcoin. Now, here's where it gets interesting. You can't use those S9s for altcoins. You have to use graphic cards, and they're called mining rigs. Mm-hmm. Those are. That's where you see those in the pictures we show. Where actually, let me go on the website real quick, and I'll show you guys what I'm talking about, because it's actually on their website. And I'll log into the website, and you can just because on the website it actually shows the actual graphic card. So let me share my screen here. Just give me a second. I'll kind of illustrate it. Okay. All right. So everybody could see the screen. These are Antminers right there, but then you see these other ones that are look like little they're almost look cassette-like. Models, right? These are graphic card rigs, right? These here that are shown right now that mine altcoins. Those right there are Antminers, and the green are Antminers. The blue are altcoin miners. They're different machines, guys. And he was saying how they go to. He travels all over to get the best to do deals with these companies that sell these, right?
Yep.
And to get the best price, right? And yeah, it was really exciting. But
it's called mining. It's called buying power.
Exactly.
He has buying power to be able to go in and say, let me have 2,000 or 10,000 of them. It gets them a lot cheaper. So that's another way. AWS, and it's only getting better, guys, because they're only getting bigger. So they have more buying power. And like I said, trading in some of these Antminers and getting some of these graphic cards is another way that they stay profitable. So yeah,
absolutely. It's quite incredible, and what a what a company that just the amount of machines and the amount of mining power. Can you just imagine how many machines it takes? And they're getting cheap power, and yet they have so many of these machines running and mining for us that they're spending $500,000 a month every single month.
And they're only getting more advanced, these machines,
and they're always getting the most advanced technology. That's one thing he mentioned too.
Right. And why is all of this being pumped into the economy? Like, why? This is what gets me. People think that a cryptocurrency is going to be a fad or something's going to go away or whatever. Guys, all this money, all these companies worldwide setting up for the blockchain and making all this equipment and technology more advanced for what's coming in the future. You're talking about a currency that's literally going to change the world. It's already starting to happen. We don't see it so much in the United States. I keep on saying that because we're so hooked on the almighty dollar. But guys, you're seeing something, a revolution taking place worldwide right now. And to think that this is going to go away, you're out of your mind. This is not going away. And you're in a company that is so far ahead of everybody else. In other mining companies, they're meeting Daniel at convention saying, how are you doing this? What are you doing? And this,
we could talk about that too.
He is blowing people out of the water worldwide. And you're talking about big mining companies are actually seeing this. So, and a lot has to do, and we haven't even touched on the fact, without going too far into it, my CoinDeal wallet exchange. Right. We have our own exchange, and what's coming in the future and how that's going to bring even more volume to the members and the company. And that's not a mining ring, that's an exchange for cryptocurrencies and such. What's coming with this future exchange, and my God, when it gets licensed in other countries besides Brazil, you're going to start to see the true effect of my CoinDeal wallet, where you're going to be able to buy cryptocurrency, purchase your power with it. You're going to see more coins being able to be bought and sold on our own exchange. We have our own payment platform, guys. This makes us so legit in when it comes to taxes. You talk about Australia. Why are we in Australia? It's very tax friendly. Guys, we're an Australian-based company. Such a smart idea putting us there. We're able to pay our taxes. This company is able to actually follow every penny it's being bought and spent for tax purposes and through their own exchange. Other companies don't have this, guys. It's just mind-blowing when you find out where we're going with this. And
it's brilliant. It's not only mind-blowing, it's a brilliant business model and business move, because my CoinDeal is a full-blown exchange under their control, right? And they say that this is complete transparency, 100% under their control. They don't have any third-party intervention. Here's the cool thing about this. This is the way this was explained is my CoinDeal is like an accounting software.
Yep.
AWS has to follow a few things. There's this. Look at this at the bottom here. You see this AML policy? right? I'm going to click on this. You could see this, right?
Yeah.
Okay, it says AML policy. What is AWSTRAC? This is Australia's anti-money. This is every country has this. That's every first world country like Australia, United States, UK. We have to follow these laws for anti-money laundering. The same thing with Coinbase. They make us follow this laws because cryptocurrency could be used for, fraud, like anything. It could be used for fraudulent money laundering, terrorism, and stuff like that.
Token the dollar bill.
Right. They follow all these rules. They are registered with the Australian Securities Commission, which I checked. Do your diligence. Go check on their Australian Securities Commission website. But the cool thing about my coin deal, I don't know if everybody knows this, it accounts for every dime coming in and out of AWS. That is an accounting software, but it's also an exchange. So you notice we're mining all these coins, 7 coins now, right? Was it James? With the new Decred? Now,
yeah.
Now, every single day, AWS, because they have this exchange now, instead of mining the coin, and then you're subject to what they call the volatility of it, up and down, the roller coaster.
I love where you're going with this.
Yeah, so you're gonna have say you mined $100 worth of Bitcoin, right? And most mining companies will just give you $100 in BTC, right? In Bitcoin, not US dollars. Then you have to convert it to US dollars in your own exchange, wherever you want to do that. AWS does that for you. It puts it in the USD, which is a stable coin. If you look at the industry standard terminology, the glossary of terms for crypto, stable coin like Tether USD is another one, and USD, and then there's a couple other ones coming out now. We'll get into that. A stable coin means it takes the volatility and keeps it at USD. USD is the most stable dollar without fluctuations, the stable currency, fiat currency in the world. They do this for us, and that's huge. Now, of course, if Bitcoin goes down while you're mining and you have it in Bitcoin, you lose it. If Bitcoin goes up, you would have gained some. You actually would have made money. So it goes both ways. At any time, you could keep it, send it to my coin deal, and just keep it inside of BTC. You can keep it inside of Bitcoin Cash. You can convert it, I think, even to Ethereum or whatever cryptocurrency you want. Now, I particularly like Bitcoin. I'm a big Bitcoin fan. But anyway, this is a real big deal going into my coin deal.
It's such a big deal. It's huge.
When you understand that, and we should go into that more.
We are. We're going to do a video. Yep, we're going to do a video in New Year about the e-commerce part of it too.
Absolutely, and people have to understand that. I don't know if everybody quite understands the significance of how cool that is.
Yep.
But look at this. Here's something else that you don't see either. The transparency of AWS. Now look at this transparency, but look at this. Satisfaction guarantee. For any reason, if you're not completely satisfied with a service, you may request a refund of unused portion of your service. That's crazy. That's nuts. Look at this. Maximum return. Maximum return means you're gonna mine until you double your contract. You double the Bitcoin that you put in, basically.
No time frame on that, guys.
Time frame.
Nope. It could be 13 months, 14, 15 months. It depends. When the degree of difficulty rises, it may slow it down.
Yeah, exactly. We're not. These aren't investments. These aren't stocks or anything like that. Your profit share with the company is as a mining by buying a mining contract.
That's it.
So we're not really, we don't really say investments. We don't say there's nothing guaranteed.
Yeah.
But the contract will run until it could take 1 year, it could take 2 years, 3 years, but it will run until it doubles. What you put in it, how much Bitcoin.
Yeah.
This is
very important. And we're not, you're getting back to the MyCoin deal, and that's awesome that you pulled that up. We're not even talking about what's coming next year. We know, me and John know, a few of us know. We've seen some of the scripts, the architecture of this wonderful platform for next year. And there's an e-commerce platform that's coming, in case you don't know, that you're going to be able to have an app that you could download. You could actually sell to the mom and pop stores, whoever has a place to sell merchandise what for you, or a service, let's say. It doesn't have to be merchandise. It could be just somebody that's your plumber or whatever. It doesn't matter. That wants to take Bitcoin,
Right.
cryptocurrency as a payment, and they'll be able to do that through the MyCoinDeal wallet. We're going to bring cryptocurrency payments to stores and outlets all over the place. And you're going to be at the forefront of that. And it's absolutely free to be part of this, guys. MyCoinDeal wallet, being part of this, being part of the affiliate program. The company doesn't charge you a penny to do. And it's lifetime. As long as you have a mining contract in AWS, you are part of that affiliate program. And what an affiliate program it is. Me and John go through this affiliate program time and time again. There's some great leaders around the world. You have to jump in. You have to look at this and see this company is just so amazing. What you're going to see in the future is pales in the comparison of what we're seeing now. I mean, what
Absolutely.
we're seeing, it's so exciting to know what we know.
It's very exciting. It's very exciting. And you know, going back to the e-commerce app, it's going to be something you could sell to retail stores, right?
Yeah.
Like that want to accept Bitcoin. There was a lot of issues I had with it. I wasn't sure, you know, how it was going to work because, you know, when you're, in other words, when you do a transaction on the blockchain, it's not instant, right? It takes sometimes 20 minutes, 10, 20, 30 minutes, an hour sometimes, right? For Bitcoin to be received. If you're standing in line in a retail store waiting for, I don't know, a sub at Subway or you're waiting for something, you know, you can't wait 20 minutes, right? So what they're doing is they teamed up with an Israeli company that has the technology. And I thought this was really interesting. This is something you guys probably don't know yet. This company allows AWS to do real-time transactions with Bitcoin. That means you don't have to wait. So the technology that they're using is they're going to receive that instead of 6 confirmations. Okay, so the way it works is if I send you Bitcoin or you send anybody Bitcoin, a retailer, person to person, peer to peer, right? Friend to friend, family to family. It takes 6 confirmations, right? Which can take 20 minutes or an hour, 10 minutes sometimes, but sometimes 20, 30 minutes or more. It has to go through 6 confirmations to verify to the blockchain, right? That's the way the blockchain works. Now, that could take so long. But with this new technology, this Israeli company is offering AWS, it's real-time instant transactions. And I thought that was the biggest thing. I was like, it blew my mind.
That is a game changer right there. That is such a game changer in this industry. And you know what I would have loved to, you know, you often say to yourself, wow, I should have asked this, asked that. I wonder if we have exclusive rights to that. That'd be great. Because you know when that takes
giving us license to sell it.
Yeah. It would be nice if we knew if it was exclusive.
You have the right to sell. Just like as an affiliate, you have the right to sell mining contracts. You're a mining contract reseller, right?
Yeah.
That's basically what we are. We're selling mining contracts, right? This is what we do, we're. You know, it's a great asset to have. Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. You know, this is probably the most exciting business. And I know, James, you'll say it because I could hear it in your voice tonight even, but we talk in private all the time. We're just excited in private, sitting around doing stuff about this company as we are with everybody around us. I mean, it's just an amazing ride.
A lot of passion right now. You know,
but there's so many good things going on. Best time to get into AWS.
Oh my God. And to see all that everybody rocking this past weekend was incredible. You know, John often brings up in the presentations, and he does it all the time. You know, we really, hopefully we brought some new stuff to your attention tonight, but you know, we didn't even bring up all of the stuff. I mean, John always points out that there's caps on ranks. You know, amount of money that you could pull out. That is such a positive thing. That keeps the company at a very it won't get out of hand. I mean, and they're very generous. Can you imagine? I'm a director. I can make up to $2,000 a day. I would have to sell $20,000 worth of crypto mining power a day to cap out. I'm not going to do that. I haven't done it yet. But that's just there because it goes so deep, all these levels in the in the affiliate program,
Right.
that when there's a team bonus coming up, these are all going to be achievable goals, and at least the company knows that it won't get out of hand. At least there's a very generous cap, so that's another way the company knows that they're not going to, they're going to stay profitable, because eventually there's going to be people hitting these caps quite often.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Again, I was saying I went through this this compensation plan pretty much with a fine-tooth comb to see if there was any really major problems with it. And I tell you what, this is a very sustainable, very generous, right? We always say that, but very sustainable. This company is going to be around for a while. With those checks and balances and those caps, we call it, that keeps the company from going bankrupt and spending all their money. You can't give all your money away. You're still a business. You still have to make a profit. And then the nice thing about it is the profit, they share the profits with us. That's awesome, right?
Yep.
One of the things too I want to touch on, James, it's just on my mind. I pulled up the price of Bitcoin. Daniel Badeschi spoke about this. I knew a lot of this, and he kind of just reiterated it, I guess. And I had said this before, if you guys were listening. Bitcoin is up and down and up and down. Here's the 1 day, here's the 5 day, the 1 month. You see it just kind of it's sideways right now. I mean, it's not doing any more than between 3,200 and 3,400 and 3,500, right? Daniel Badeschi was actually happy about that.
Yeah.
Because here's what you got to understand about these miners. So these miners, we were showing you guys earlier, the act of mining the coins, the machines have a difficulty score for every coin, right? They have to solve a mathematical equation. That's how digital mining is done with these powerful computers, graphic cards, the AMP miners, right? When Bitcoin is very high, like when it was up to 7, 8, 10,000, the difficulty score is very high. That means they don't mine as much Bitcoin and currency every day as they would if the difficulty score was lower. But the price of Bitcoin's high. So the difficulty score goes up with the price of Bitcoin. Now, the reason the difficulty score goes up is because when Bitcoin gets very high in price, 5, 10,000 up plus, miners are like, oh, I got to mine. More miners come into these pools. That dilutes the amount of profits everybody can make, but the difficulty score goes up. So all the miners can't pull all that money out at once. So you don't mine as much. So it gets less profitable, but it's not really less profitable because the price of Bitcoin is down. When you see the price of Bitcoin drop like this, the mining difficulty score also drops. It goes down, right? So what that means is the miners are actually mining more Bitcoin than they would if the price was high, but, right, the price of Bitcoin's lower. So they offset it. And Daniel was pretty happy because he thinks this is the sale of the century on Bitcoin.
Yeah.
This is the deal. Folks that stay like this for 6 months, a year. And we will see a bullish run come. There is other news coming about that.
That's another video at another
That's a whole other video. But I just want to explain that. I hope I explained that well.
Yep.
I know cryptocurrency, there's a learning curve there. I did a lot of research to get to the level of understanding this. We all did.
Right.
But that was just something that he touched on, and I thought we share that.
Oh my God, yeah. It was like a collective sigh in the room when he said he hopes that Bitcoin stays at $3,500 a coin for another year.
Yeah.
When the owner said that, I was like, "What?" I was like, "You got to be kidding me!" Here we are thinking that the company might be crumbling because Bitcoin dropped so much.
A lot of people were nervous.
The owner's happy about it.
He said it was his #1 question.
Yeah.
People were actually bombarding with it. Oh my gosh, the price of Bitcoin's dropping.
Yeah.
What are we going to do? Is the company going to be profitable? This and that and the other thing. And he said, don't worry. We are extremely profitable right now.
Yep.
They're ahead of the curve on every way.
They
right?
really are smart.
All these other small miners, they're shutting their machines down, and we are keeping up because we have the staying power. And we're making money. And the people, and I know other people that are mining, and they told me this. You could see people that they have the staying power will actually still make money and profit. So and of course AWS is one of the companies that will.
Sure. Sure, sure. Yep, absolutely.
Very cool. Any other
Yeah.
subjects you want to run through?
No, I really just, that was about it. I like that. I would like to bring up once again, I bring this up all the time, guys. I hope you can pay attention to this. Sometimes I think it goes over people's head, but I want to just paint a real quick picture before we sign off. You have a nice size Russian farm right now that's doing about 2,000 units. You have 5 data centers in China, Mongolia, and you have this huge mining farm in Paraguay running off one of the largest hydropower plants in the world, Atapu. Now, if you could picture all these machines, I think we're at 26,000 machines running, altcoins, bitcoins, running on the cheapest electricity they could find, environmentally friendly, with a recycling program, with a platform like this, a MyCoinDeal wallet like this. If you could picture all this going on right now, now picture this, guys. We asked the owner, with all of the people that are coming into all AWS right now, it's becoming a very, very common name in the mining community. With all of this, are you nervous that we're going to be able to mine for all these people? His response was he's only running at 20% right now.
Yes.
20%. Now,
right.
knowing that you have 80% to spare, ready for this? He's going to double in size next year the amount of mining rigs that AWS is going to be mining. He's going to double.
Yeah. And we're going to expand the teams. You know, everybody's teams are growing. So doing the right thing. And
so, doesn't that make you? What do you think about a company that is actually legitimately reinvesting to double in size, even though that they're big enough now for what they have to handle? What do you think they know what's coming in the future in the world of
absolutely. Yeah.
So
and
guys,
they're prepared. I mean,
they are prepared. And that's why they're where they are today, because they prepared themselves for the next
they have a long-term business model and a roadmap. Matter of fact, you could see their roadmap here. I mean, it starts to talk about it, and they've got plans to go through into 2019. We're here at the end of 2018 here, where we're at right now, but the next roadmap is going to be 2019 and the expansion into Russia. Russia is one of the biggest, where one of the biggest mining farms are going to go in, because the Russian government, he said, is giving a lot of tax credits and a lot of perks. So
and it's in one of the safest provinces of Russia. It's actually in a military area where there's 15,000 troops surrounding that particular property.
Let's talk about that.
I mean, that's pretty cool.
I had a lot of people ask me about that. Do they have guards? Do they guard these things?
Yes, absolutely. Oh, there's security. Yep, there's security.
Armed guards, guys. Yep. Military-style armed guards all over the place.
Yeah, and they
don't mess around with security.
Yeah, and they hire the people that are in that region to actually run these farms. And don't forget the electricity you pay for and everything that you do. Just these machines, everything that they purchase and everything, it helps the economy of these regions. Now, you're saying, oh, who cares? That's another part of the world. We got to think of this world as our own, guys. I say this all the time.
This is an opportunity for the world, not just,
Yeah, it really is. We see some very impoverished areas being lifted up because of AWS. It's very inspiring.
Let's talk about that for a second. We're actually, guys, if you're in the States and you're banked and all that, you guys, most of us have it on easy street compared to these third world countries. We're actually, think about how much we're helping these people, the impoverished people, the people in poverty, the people who are in third world countries who have to bathe in dirty water, right?
If they have water.
Imagine having to bathe your children in dirty water where animals have to urinate in. This is what's going on in the world we don't see. We're kind of inept to that, right? But let me tell you, this company is helping people like that. We're able to reach out. You had a story about someone who never thought they would even drive a car. You would tell me.
Herkut over in Kenya. He is one of the top leaders in Kenya, and he just bought his first car. And I hear stories. He's only 22, I think, or 23, and he wasn't thinking about having a car and having the lifestyle.
But never thought that if it wasn't for AWS.
And he did it. And his story is unbelievable. I wish he put it. I wish
we had so many stories. I mean, if we had time, we'd go over it. But we saw so many stories at the event. Of people coming on their last dime, ready to go broke, lose their business. The one lady was going to lose her complete lifetime business that she owned,
and now she's vice president.
She's a vice president. This
And
lady.
her beautiful daughters were there, and they're managers and directors.
Absolutely, yeah, it's amazing. So, guys, I don't have any more to add. If you want, James, you can add some more, and we can.
No, that's it. But I do want I want to throw the other story out that from this weekend with Diego. Diego from Arizona, who opened up a contract for somebody in Venezuela, and he's given rebirth to Venezuela. And the Venezuelans, God bless those people, who saw their economy just crash over the last decade. And this is helping that economy too. So, we have the islands that we're going to reach out to this year, the Bahamas and Trinidad and stuff like that. India, God bless them, Pakistan and Australia. There's so many, Japan and Philippines and all the people across the world. Guys, this is a wonderful company with a beautiful plan. They're very, very honest and legit. If you're paying attention to anybody else, focus on this. Don't miss this opportunity. We just went over at least a half a dozen to a dozen ways this company makes sure that 10 years from now, you're going to be able to say, I got in at the right time during AWS. AWS, I got in the first couple of years, and I got in when they only had 100,000 members, and now they have 22 million members. Get in now, guys. You won't be sorry. AWSMining is real mining. It's not fake mining. You heard it right here from John, my partner out there and down there in Tampa Bay. Jim Corbett from Long Island, New York. Just wishing everybody happy mining. Thanks, John.
Thanks, James. Have a great night.